Hey friends! We spent a whirlwind 3 days in San Francisco. Come along with us and we'll show you the fun things we were able to do even with low vision and limited mobility in
Fisherman's Wharf. Side note, if you're wondering where we're filming this, we're actually in a replica of a fort from the 1800s that's in our town. It's a really cool place. Fisherman's Wharf was just a 5-minute walk from our hotel. So we made our way down there the first day and caught a bus tour to Muir Woods. Talk about beautiful. We made a separate video about that experience, so be sure and check it out. When we returned from our bus trip, it was lunchtime. So we went to the world-famous Boudin's Bakery. They're known for their clam chowder in a sourdough bowl, and we got one, and it was fantastic. One thing you want to keep in mind at Fisherman's Wharf is that a lot of places do not have their own restrooms. They share a public restroom out in the parking lot area, so that's something to keep in mind, and it was here that I had my first issue as a blind man. We were sitting at our table in Boudin's. I needed to use the restroom. We already had our food, so Sarah had to stay behind, and I had to navigate to the restroom on my own. I was pleasantly surprised at how clean and well maintained they are. I was able to come back safely. I never felt at risk, and overall, it was a small hiccup that we quickly worked our way through, and I think you would too.
We then went to the Musée Mécanique just around the corner. This was my favorite part of Fisherman's Wharf and the place we spent the most time and the least amount of money. We loved it so much, we went back the next day. Admission to this museum is free. It's full of coin-operated mechanical games and machines. Almost all machines are either 25 or 50 cents. The lights, sounds, and nostalgia will bring out the kid in anyone. Here are some of our favorites. Just watch these and try not to smile.
Wanna play with me? Yes, sir. Let's go, my butt. Let's go.
We didn't have any issues at all in the museum, and there's even a foot massager if you need it. After the museum, we took a 10-minute walk up the street and found a beach where we could dip our feet in the ocean. This was our first time to see the Pacific Ocean, so this was so much fun for us.
In the same area, we saw the Hyde Street cable car turnaround, and we decided to hop on and take a ride across the city. We saw lots of sights and sounds that we would have otherwise not been able to see. You do have the option of sitting inside the cable car or outside on seats that face the street. If you sit outside, be sure and hang on because the ride can be pretty jerky.
We ended up having dinner down the street at the famous Chopino's, and boy was it delicious. This stew was fantastic. We ended up being pretty pooped out that day, but it was all worth it.
On our second morning, we hopped on a ferry and took a ride across the bay to Alcatraz. We show that in a separate video, so be sure and check that out.
We then visited the Aquarium on Pier 39. We had some issues finding the right way inside. We found we had to go up a couple of flights of outside concrete stairs to get to the entrance. Now there may have been a better way, but we couldn't find it. Once we were inside, we had a lot of fun going through the aquarium. An elevator took us from floor to floor. There were 3 floors in total. It was pretty dark in a few places, so that was a little bit harder for William, but we just held hands and stayed together. Again, we did not have to fight any crowds inside the aquarium, and we just had a wonderful time.
One thing you'll find out about Fisherman's Wharf if you research it on your own is you'll discover that there is some petty crime in the area. We saw a couple of street cops that walk around just for presence in the area, and they told us that smash and grabs in car windows were a pretty common thing. Pickpocketing can be a thing, so just some little petty crime. And because I'm blind, we wanted to take extra precautions. Obviously, I walk around with a white cane, but there are solutions for that, and if you've not discovered those on your own, I'd like to take a moment to demonstrate those for you. What I have in my hand right now would be just a traditional white cane from the National Federation for the Blind. This was a free item. You could look for them online, and all you have to do is tell them your situation. You need to be blind, and they will send you a white cane in the mail. And it's nice. It has a metal tip on the end, and I can use it just tapping around or sweeping motion. That wasn't really going to work at Fisherman's Wharf for me. So I had another option, and I will show you that. I have a foldable cane. This one was given to me by our state. I'm in the state of Wisconsin, so you may check for your local resources, but this was a nice option for me. This cane folds up really nicely and then extends to be a full cane. And on the end is a rollerball tip, which is a really nice tip. I'm able to use that in buildings. So what we did, as we were walking Fisherman's Wharf, I folded my cane up and kept it in a backpack or a string backpack on my back. And I held my wife's arm, and she would guide me when I needed it. But the area was quite wide and pretty open, so many times I was able just to walk on my own. But that's an option for you if you're used to having a traditional cane, and another way to be a little more discreet when you need to be. After the aquarium, we took a stroll through Pier 39, where you can find lots of interesting shops, snacky places to eat, and really great people watching. But we were on a mission to see the famous seals and sea lions. We found them, and we discovered that there are lots of great places to sit, bleacher-style seating. You can sit and watch them to your heart's content. Photos are encouraged.
Okay, now back to my favorite part. We swung back into the Musée Mécanique one more time, just because I love that place so much. This clown, ugh, he's so cute. After that, we did a little bit of souvenir shopping and ended the evening at the Chowder Hut, having some Dungeness crab and drinks in front of the fire. Day 3 started with a fabulous breakfast at our hotel, which was the Ryu Hotel, just a 5-minute walk from Fisherman's Wharf. We then packed up all of our things. We waited outside by this nice fire pit for our cab to come get us, to take us to the train station. Now, if you want to know about our train travel to get to San Francisco, please check out that video as well. Things did not go as planned on that train trip.
Of course, there are dozens of other things to do at Fisherman's Wharf, but due to our limited time and tight schedule, we chose these. But you'll find your own things to explore. We like to rate the places we visit on a scale of 1 to 10. We rate them on the 3 following factors: accessibility, interest, and overall experience. Honey, how would you rate Fisherman's Wharf?
I would say that Fisherman's Wharf is very accessible, especially in late February when we went. The crowds were very low. We did find that it wasn't as dangerous as we thought it might be. We felt safe the whole time, and we also thought there's something for everyone. Like, the things that we love to do, you might not want to, but there's lots of things to do. So you'll find something that you would like. I give it a 9 out of 10.
And I too would give it a 9 out of 10. As a blind person, I found it to be pretty easy to navigate overall. The people watching is incredible. There's all kinds of amazing food and snacks that you can eat. And it's just a really cool environment, and I would say make sure to get your picture taken with the iconic Fisherman's Wharf sign that's right in the middle. 9 out of 10 for me.
Thanks for sticking it out with us for this long. We're gonna get out of the rain, so if you could maybe like and subscribe.
If you have any comments or questions or feedback, please drop them in the comments section below.
Let us know what your favorite part of Fisherman's Wharf is.
We sure appreciated you joining us, and we'll see you next adventure.